a previous chapter, linear wave shaping. Okay, last class we have discussed regarding the linear wave shaping. మీకు ఏమైనా డౌట్స్ ఉన్నాయా లీనియర్ వేవ్ షేపింగ్లో? Okay, we have completed the first chapter. Okay, if suppose if you don't have any doubts, then I will start the second chapter. ఒకసారి ఆ పీపీటీ మీ వాట్సాప్ గ్రూప్లో షేర్ చేశాను కదా, చూసారా? Okay, if anyone has doubt, you can unmute your mic and you can ask the doubts in our first chapter. No doubts? Then fine. We will start our second chapter. That is non-linear wave shaping. Okay, I think so. You are audible my voice. Non-linear wave shaping. This is our chapter 2. Okay, non-linear wave shaping. Okay, as we have discussed in previously. Okay, previous chapter is linear wave shaping, and we have discussed the what do you mean by wave shaping. Okay, wave shaping means simply changing the shape of the waveform. Changing the shape of the waveform. In previous case, we have discussed 2 points. First point is, if the signal is sinusoidal, then output will be under steady state. It will be also a sinusoidal. Only there will be change in amplitude and phase angle. Okay, only there will be change in amplitude and phase angle, but shape will be same. There won't be any wave shaping occur if we apply a sinusoidal signal for a linear network. Okay, that is the first point. And second point we had observed is the circuit is constructed by using a linear element such as RLC. Okay, these 2 points we had observed. Okay, that is nothing but our first point. The circuit should consist only of linear elements RLC. There should not be any non-linear elements such as diodes, transistors, FETs, zero diodes, whatever may be electronic devices. The circuit should not consist those elements. It should consist only a linear elements RLC. Okay, it should consist only linear elements RLC. And the input waveform is non-linear. We have to apply a non-linear, not non-linear, non-sinusoidal. Okay, non-sinusoidal signal we have to apply as the input. Okay, non-sinusoidal. That's why we had to apply the ramp signal. Okay, or step signal, or exponential, or square wave. We had seen the different non-sinusoidal signal applied for a linear network. Okay, therefore these are the 2 difference. Okay, the input is non-linear, non-sinusoidal, and the circuit should consist only a linear elements. Okay, while coming to the non-linear circuit, non-linear wave shaping. Okay, here we are going to applying a sinusoidal signal. Here we are going to applying a I will maximize it. Wait a minute. Okay, fine. Here we are going to applying the sinusoidal signal. Here we are going to applying the input has a sinusoidal signal. Here for a non-linear circuit, here we are going to applying the input has a sinusoidal signal. Okay, here we are going to apply input has sinusoidal signal, and the elements will be non-linear elements. Okay, non-linear elements such as diodes, okay, transistors, and it may be genodiodes or MOSFETs or FETs. We are using a non-linear elements in combination with linear elements also. Okay, that means the circuit will consist definitely a non-linear element. Okay, therefore these are we are going to call as a non-linear wave shaping. Okay, therefore here we are applying the input signal, a sinusoidal signal, a sinusoidal signal, and we are constructing the circuit by using a non-linear elements. Therefore here we are changing the shape of a sinusoidal signal. Non-linear wave shaping, we are going to change the, okay, that means simply I explain the title. Okay, what we mean by a non-linear wave shaping. Okay, we are going to changing the shape of a sinusoidal signal by using non-linear devices such as diodes, transistors, and MOSFETs or whatever may be non-linear devices. By using those elements, we are going to changing the shape of the waveform. Okay, here we are going to applying a sinusoidal signal. Okay, in previous chapter we had applied non-sinusoidal signal. For a linear circuit, if you apply a sinusoidal signal, the output will be a sinusoidal. Okay, that we have seen in previous case. Okay, therefore here we are going to applying a sinusoidal signal, changing the shape. Basically, it is non-linear wave shaping consisting of two circuits. First one is clippers and second one is clampers. Okay, already in first class we have seen what do you mean by clipping? What do you mean by clamping? Okay, clipping means cutting. Okay, simply a portion of the input waveform will be cut. Okay, I want to cut this portion. I want to cut this portion. That means I don't want this portion at my output. Then I will use the clipping circuit. Then I am going to use the clipping circuit. If I want to clamp, okay, if I want to change the my reference value, or if I want to change the position, that means if I want to change my output waveform like this, okay, suppose input is a alternating, okay, input is alternating, I am going to changing, I am going to clamping means changing its reference value, okay, changing its level, okay. Therefore, instead of this waveform, I have get this waveform. It won't cut the positive waveform, but the waveform will be shifted to another level. The waveform is going to shift to another level. Here is the waveform starts from 0, but it may start from somewhere here. Okay, it has changed its level. Okay, that is your clamping circuit. Okay, that means here we are nonlinear wave shaping. We are going to change the shape of your sinusoidal signal by using two circuits. That circuit may be a clipper circuit or clamper circuit. Okay, by using clippers and clampers, we are going to changing the shape. Okay, and first we will see the clipper circuit. Okay, this is your syllabus. Okay, I have written the your syllabus. Okay, in clipper circuit you may find the two concepts, basically two concepts: diode clipper and transistor clipper. In transistor clipper you may find a empty couple it may be similar to your transistor clipper. Therefore, we have two concepts. Okay, in clippers, the clipper circuit is made up of diodes. Clipper circuit is made up of transistors. We are going to use see the two circuits. Okay, in these two circuits, we are going to draw the we are going for subtopics. Okay, this may be a subtopics in these two. Okay, diode clipper clipping for two levels. Okay, that means suppose if the input is like this, if you make the output like this, okay, we have clipped this portion. This is nothing but we have cut the only positive portion. Therefore, this is a single level. We are going to call it as a single level clipper. If we cut the both sides, on positive side and negative side, okay, okay, that means here we have cut the waveform, and here also we have cut the waveform. That is nothing but two level clippers. Okay, we are cutting the this is my input waveform, and we can cut only a positive cycle, or we can cut positive cycle and negative cycle. If we cut like this, we are going to call it as a two level clipper. Therefore, diode two level clippers. Diode two level clippers by using transistor two level clippers. We are going to see the transistor two level clipper and diode two level clipper. And for the both, we are going to drawing the transfer characteristics. Transfer characteristics. Okay, for the diode, we are each circuit we are going to draw the transfer characteristics. Similarly, for transistor, we are going to draw the transfer characteristics. That means these two are the subtopics in these two. These two are the main topics. That means in this clipper concept, you are going to see the how we are going to constructing the clipper by using diodes, and how we are going to constructing the clipper by using the transistor. Only two concepts in your clipper. Okay, this is regarding to your clipper. Similarly, clamper. In clamper, you won't find the transistor. It will be simple. Only by using the diodes. Okay, by using diodes, how we will clamp the our output voltage. That means we will change our reference value at the output terminal. That we will see the in diode clamper. Okay, that we will see in the by using only diodes. Okay, in clamping circuit, we are not interested to study by using the transistors. Okay, simply diode, and we have some very important one, theorem. Okay, clamping circuit theorem. We may have practical clamper circuits and characteristics. Okay, that means diode clamper circuit characteristics we are going to see. Okay, that means here only one concept we have. Okay, the how we are going to constructing the a clamper, how we are going to constructing the clamper circuit by using diodes, and we will see the characteristics of the clamper circuit, and we will use a special one, that is circuit clamping circuit theorem. This one we are going to see. Okay, therefore totally in this chapter we have a very small chapter. Okay, very small chapter, and it will be very easy if we understand the concept. Okay, we start if we are starting, if we know the concept, what is a clipper, what is a clamper, then this chapter will be very easy. Okay, and very interesting chapter. If you understand the concept, and easily you can solve the problems also. Okay, usually you can solve the problems also. Therefore, all of you has to concentrate on this chapter. Okay, previous chapter you may find some derivations or some problems like that, but in this chapter you won't find any derivation. Okay, simply it may be in theory point of view. Okay, but you have to, you may find a lot of circuits. Okay, you will find a lot of circuits. You have to remember those circuits. No need to remember, if you understand the concept, then it will be very easy. Okay, therefore try to listen very carefully. Try to listen very carefully. If you understand the concept, no need to study once again. Okay, this chapter will be very easy. Therefore, this is regarding our syllabus. Okay, only three concepts. Okay, clipper circuit and clamper circuit. Okay, only three concepts you have. First, we will see the okay definition. Okay, we will see the what do you mean by nonlinear wave shaping. I think so. You have get an idea. What do you mean by nonlinear wave shaping means the process of the signal changes by transmitting through a nonlinear network. Okay, that means it is a process how we are going to change the signal. Okay, when it is transmitted through a nonlinear circuit. Okay, when a signal passes through a nonlinear circuit, how it is going to change its shape. Okay, that process we are going to call as a nonlinear wave shaping. Okay, in this nonlinear wave shaping we have a two circuits, that is clippers and clampers. Okay, we have a two circuits, clippers and clamper circuits. Okay, now we will come to the clipper circuit. Okay, clipper. What do you mean by clipper? Clipper means, I actually understand the name also. Clipper. Clipper is nothing but cutting. Okay, therefore clipper circuit are used to remove the part of the signal. Okay, clipping is nothing but cutting the waveform. Okay, therefore this is used to remove a part of the signal above or below the reference level. That means if you consider any reference level, suppose this is my input, I may consider some reference level this point. Okay, above this point I have to cut my portion, I have to cut my input signal, I have to remove this portion, or below this level I have to remove my input signal. Okay, if you get this type of applications, then you are going to use the clipper circuits. Okay, clipper is nothing but used to remove the a signal, okay, above or below the some reference levels. Okay, if you take some reference level, the above that level or below that level, you can remove your signal. Okay, basically these are nothing but we are calling it with different names, or we can call it as an applications. Okay, we can also call it as an applications. Okay, clippers are used for voltage limiter. Yeah, or simply voltage limiting circuit. Okay, in some cases they are going to call it as an voltage limiting circuit, or you can use it as a voltage limit. That means we have an amplifier. Okay, suppose if we have an amplifier, this amplifier requires only a 5 volt signal. Okay, if you give more than 5 volts, this circuit, amplifier circuit, is going to damage. Okay, therefore if we have an input signal of 10 volts, we have an input signal of 10 volts, then you should not give directly to our amplifier, because this is a 10 volts, peak to peak we have a 10 volts. Okay, therefore if we give this 10 volts to amplifier, this amplifier will get damaged. Therefore here our limiting value is 5 volts. Therefore we will cut the waveform to when it reaches to 5 volts, the output maybe goes to maintain at 5 volts, and again it will maintain at 2 level clippers. Okay, it may be 2 level. Okay, therefore the peak to peak magnitude will be a 5 volts. Okay, the peak to peak you may have the 5 volts. Therefore this can be given for your amplifier. It is simply voltage limiting. Okay, it is limiting the voltage. Whatever the voltage you are giving as an input for the amplifier, it is going to limiting, and required amount of voltage is going to given for this amplifier. Okay, therefore it is then it can call as a voltage limiter or application. Okay, you can consider it as an application of the voltage limiter. You can consider it as an application of the voltage limiter. Next, similarly, current limiter. Okay, because we are using the transistor. So transistor is a current drive device. Okay, by using the transistor, we can change the, we can cut the, or we can limit the current flowing into the circuit. Okay, we can limit the current flowing into the circuit. Yes, it gives the same meaning as your voltage limiter. Amplitude selector. Okay, a particular portion of amplitude will be selected and transmitted. Okay, a particular portion, that is 5 to 5 volts. Okay, our input signal is 10 to 10. Okay, it has selected a particular portion of our input signal and transmitted to our circuit. Okay, the whole amplitude selector. And scissors. Scissor simply it means it is cutting. Therefore, we are going to call it as a scissor. Okay, therefore, whatever may be, you can call it as applications of your clippers or other names. Okay, in these names also we are going to call the clipper. Another example we can take it is a digital filter. Okay, suppose in digital circuit already you know that we have only ones and zeros. Okay, that means it may be treated as 1 and it may be treated as 0 and it is 1. This is my input signal. When it is transmitted through a channel, okay, we may get some noise in this. If suppose any noise is added into the signal, we may get the signal like this. Okay, at 1 we may have some noise, and at 0 level, okay, 0 level also we may have some noise signals. Okay, we may get like this signal at the output terminal. Okay, this distortion actually should be a strike. Okay, here we are getting this distortion we get due to the noise. Okay, we have to, this is our input signal transmitted through some medium. Okay, when it is transmitted through some medium where it is affected to the noise, some noise is added to this signal, so that we are getting some noise here. Okay, this noise, if this signal passes through the clipper, it will cut this portion, it will cut this portion, simply it will cut the portion and it will transmit to our channel, so that our output may be a noise free signal. Okay, so that our output may get the noise free signal. It is cutting the noise portion. Okay, this unwanted portion is going to be cut and it may transmit it to our signal. Therefore, our clippers, okay, you can take it as an application also. Okay, our clippers can be used as a digital filters also. Okay, for removing the noise in the digital signals. Okay, these are some of the applications. Okay, some of the applications are they may call these names also. Depending on application, they are going to call as an, instead of clipper, they may call it as a voltage limiter. Okay, explain the voltage limiter. Voltage limiter is nothing but a clipper. You should have a knowledge. Okay, because in voltage limiter we are using the clipper circuit only. Okay, this is regarding your clipper circuit. Okay, once again I am saying clipper is nothing but a, it is removing the unwanted signal. It is simply removes the unwanted signal from the input signal and transmit to the output. Okay, therefore has the name itself, has the definition itself, it removes the a part of the signal above or below the reference levels. This is regarding the clipper. Now we will see the different types of clippers. We will see the different types of clippers. Basically, these clippers these clippers are divided into two parts. Okay, a series clipper and shunt clipper. Okay, depending on the a connection with your a diode under the input voltage. If the diode is connected in series, okay, in series with your input voltage, then we are going to call it as a series clipper. Okay, if it is connected in parallel, if it is connected in parallel with your input supply, then we are going to call it as a shunt clipper. Okay, clippers basically it may be two types. Okay, again it may be further classified. Okay, unbiased series clipper, biased series clipper. Okay, here you may find the word biasing. Okay, biasing. Okay, unbiased and biasing. Okay, that means if you have any reference voltage, okay, if you want to clip the waveform, okay, above the reference level, below the reference level, suppose this is my reference level. If I want to cut the above this portion, then it comes under the biasing. Okay, if you have a reference, okay, If I don't have any reference, then in the from the origin may be taken as reference, and above this portion will be cut. Only negative portion we are going to get output, as similar to your halfway rectifier or full way rectifiers. Okay, from the in halfway rectifier, positive portion will be cut. Okay, or we may have only positive portion and negative portion is going to be cut. Okay, negative portion is going to be cut. Or a halfway rectifier you may find like this waveform. Okay, that is nothing but it is clipping the negative portion. You can think in another way. Okay, our halfway rectifier is clipping the negative cycle. Okay, it is cutting the negative cycle. Okay, therefore where we won't have any reference voltage there. In that circuit, we won't have any reference circuit. Therefore, that may be called as unbiased circuits. Okay, if we have any reference voltage, okay, we will see all these circuits. If we have any reference voltage, then we are going to call as a biased circuits, biased clippers. Okay, therefore, series clipper and shunt clipper. Yeah, if you want to cut the positive portion, if you want to cut because it is a sinusoidal. I have said that in this chapter we are going to apply the input as a sinusoidal signal only. Therefore, if you want to cut the positive portion, if you want to cut the positive portion, we are going to call as a positive clipper. If you want to cut the positive portion, if you want to cut the positive portion, then we are going to call as a positive clipper. If you want to cut the negative portion, if you want to cut the negative portion, then we are going to call it as a negative clipper. Okay, I think so you are clear with this point. Okay, if you want to remove the positive portion, then we are going to call it as a positive clipper. If you want to remove the negative portion, then we are going to call it as a negative clipper. Okay, the positive clipper, in positive clipping means it may cut the entire positive portion. Okay, we won't have a positive portion. If we use the biasing, that means if we use the reference voltage, above that reference voltage, the portion will be cut. Above that portion will be cut, and remaining below that reference voltage, we may have the output. That means if we use the any reference voltage on positive side, okay, you may find like this. Okay, entire positive portion may not be cut. Okay, only a part of your positive portion is going to be cut. Above the reference level is going to be cut. Okay, therefore that comes under the positive biasing. Okay, similarly, if you use the biasing voltage on negative side, okay, then you may get a negative biasing. Okay, therefore if we use the reference, simply we have a series and shunt. Okay, in series clipper, it may cut the positive waveform and negative waveform with using reference voltage, without using reference waveform. Okay, similarly shunt clipper, okay, for cutting the positive pulse or for cutting the negative pulse. For cutting the positive means shunt positive clipper. For cutting the negative pulse means shunt negative clipper. Okay, if we use any reference voltage, shunt positive clipper with reference voltage, shunt or with biasing circuit. Okay, similarly shunt negative clipper with biasing voltage. Okay, therefore these are the different types. Okay, these are the different types. Again, in biasing you may find the positive biasing voltage and negative biasing voltage. Again, it further divided into two types: positive biasing and negative biasing. Here also positive biasing and negative biasing. Okay, series positive clipper with positive biasing voltage, series positive clipper with negative biasing voltage. I didn't mention all in the diagram. Simply keep it in mind, we are going to use the reference voltage. Without reference voltage, series clipper, positive waveform and negative waveform. Okay, which waveform we are going to cut. Okay, these points you have to remember. Okay, in exam they may ask any clipper. Okay, or they may ask 2 or 3 clippers combination. Okay, 2 or 3 clippers in combination. Okay, therefore we will see the one by one clipper from now onwards. If you have any doubts up to now, okay, up to now I have explained what do you mean by clipper and different types of clippers. Okay, we will see the one by one clipper. Okay, first we will see the series clipper. Okay, before going to the clipper circuit, here you should have some basic knowledge. Okay, that's why I have taken a new slide, white slide. Here you are going to have some basic knowledge. I think so already you know this knowledge. Once again I am recalling this one. Simple. Okay, if you want to draw the output waveform from the clipper circuit, you have to know that when the diode is on and when the diode is off. I will draw different circuits now. simply you by yourself guess the answer. No need to say to me. Simply guess that whether diode is on in this circuit or diode is off in this circuit. Okay. I will draw the 2 or 3 way diagrams. In first diagram, whether diode is on or off. In second diagram, whether diode is on or off. Okay, it's enough. Now, I think so. You are ready with your answers. I will explain each diagram. Check whether your answer is right or wrong. Okay. In first diagram, okay, already you know that in order to diode, okay, in order to become a diode should be on. Diode should be on means anode should be connected to the positive terminal and cathode should be connected to the negative terminal. Okay, that you know it. Okay, up to now you have discussed it. I mean EDC you have learned that diode will be on if we apply a positive terminal to a anode and negative terminal to a cathode. Okay, okay. Like according to your definition, this positive is connected to the anode and this negative is connected to the anode. The whole diode is in on position. In this here, diode is in on position. Has your definition. Okay, that is correct. Okay. Has the positive terminal is connected to the anode. If you take it as an ideal, there is no cut down voltage, therefore at 0. When you apply 0.1 voltage, diode comes on. If it is an ideal practical case,